And we're live. No, we're not live. We're live, but not live.
This is like live now, but not when you're watching it.
It's live for us.
Yeah, it is live for us.
So does that mean technically we only have two viewers, you and me?
That would probably be pretty accurate there, Jay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and roll that intro, and you can go ahead and take us into boots and caps and Linus poops on cats and whatever it was. All right.
Let's do it.
Take it away.
Boots and cats and Linus poops on cats. Not confirmed though. Not really. Don't tell him I said that.
It's totally confirmed. He Instagrammed it.
He pooped on cats. Oh man.
He pooped on his cat. So good.
Why?
Right. Well, guys, we have topics today.
We do.
But before we do that, we have to do our usual. We kind of got called out week before last. Everyone was asking, where the hell was Tech Talk last week? We were supposed to do a live one from PDX, but Hannah got sick, so you had to come home quickly and tend to your kitty cat.
Yeah, my kitty cat had a seizure and fell down the stairs, and we honestly thought she was going to die.
I'm not meaning to laugh, but I thought maybe you said she was like twitching and stuff. I imagine she was just laying there, not like she fell down the stairs.
No, like my wife heard a really loud thud in the morning, and she ran over to the stairs, and the cat was like crouched up against the wall with its legs pulled in tight, like freaking out. Mm-hmm. And the cat wasn't moving and was making weird noises. So she picked the cat up, and then the cat was just acting like completely out of energy and like it was dying. So she called me and she's like, yeah, I think the cat, really hurt herself and she's probably going to die. And I'm like, oh shit. So I went and unplugged my computer literally the very next day after I just set up the previous night after driving for 6 hours and then drove 4.5 hours back. Luckily there wasn't a lot of traffic. And she was still pretty messed up when I got here. And so we didn't know if she was going to make it through the night. But then the next day she started eating and walking around a little. She was still hiding under stuff, which was worrying me because cats have a tendency to want to hide when they die.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like, oh shit. But no, she's completely back to normal today. Like she's running around and begging for food and drinking her water and running around the house and playing with toys and stuff. So whatever it was, hopefully it was a one-time thing. But if it was a seizure, it'll probably happen again.
In your Instagram pictures, she totally looked like she was ready to claw your face off.
Oh yeah, no, she was so pissed off, dude. Like you just touch her back, like her back legs. She normally loves like her legs massaged or belly massaged. You touched anything, and she was instantly pissed and like biting you. She was pissed. She was not happy after what happened.
I had a Manchester Terrier once that did that very same thing that you're talking about. Like their legs would like pull in close, like their feet were touching, and then they would just he would try and walk, and then he kept falling.
Yeah, and that's kind of what was happening with Hannah too. She was like completely not coordinated. She had to just stay in one spot. My wife just had to like keep her calm, and we stuck her on a heater blanket. Mm-hmm. Like we pulled out a heating blanket and stuck her on it, and then that really like started to like loosen her up and make her feel a lot better. So, but fucking scary shit, dude. And I had a bunch, like you said, we had a bunch of plans for PDX LAN, and I ended up having to come back.
I didn't even get to watch any of your live stream because by the time I finally got back to like home, you were already like out of town.
Dude, I literally got there at like 6. I think they were just opening the doors as I got there. There's a huge line outside the building. I couldn't register yet because the line was too long, so I just got my room key, went over to my hotel room, took a shower because I sweated my ass off on that 6-hour drive with the window down on my car. And so I go back in, set up my computer, get everything ready to go, drink my first energy drink that I've had in like 5 weeks, and I'm like buzzing. I'm happy.
That's right. That's right, because Monster's a sponsor of that.
Well, no, it was actually, but they had balls this time too. They had Monster and balls. So I drank some blue balls. Yeah, some blue balls, Jay. Mm-hmm. And so I get my computer all set up and everything, and I'm like, okay, I start recording a time lapse with my GoPro of everybody setting up their computers. I go out to dinner with the Puget Systems guys, and then the next morning, literally, I wake up and I'm not even like out of the shower 2 minutes and getting dressed, and I get a call from my wife.
Yeah.
So I literally didn't even do anything on my computer. I didn't download. I didn't play a single game. I didn't do anything. I didn't participate in any events. It sucks. But at least I got a 3D printer set up down there. And I left it there for the Puget System guys, and they used it to like print out like 12 things for random people.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I know some people were tweeting like they got up in the morning and were shocked to find you gone.
Yeah. No, my spot was just like empty, and everybody was like, oh, because I was going to be on. I wish I could remember his name, but one of my fans that was there wanted me to be on his podcast, and I was like, hell yeah, dude, I'll go around and do the podcast circuit at PDX LAN. I was ready to go around and just be on everybody's little live stream, and so everybody was looking for me next day, and I wasn't there, and I'm sure they're probably like, oh shit, he probably didn't want to do our live stream, so he skipped out. And
no, everyone. I on your behalf told everyone you were like, fuck YouTube, dropped the mic and walked away. You just were like, screw this whole producer thing. I quit. I'm out.
Well,
Oh man, if there wasn't an ounce of truth to that for all of us, I'm telling you.
no, dude. There's every day, at least once when I'm dragging my ass out of bed in the morning. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going back to
You
IT.
drop the mic, you walk off screen, and then you come running back and pick up the mic. No, no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I
Yeah, I
didn't
know. I'm
mean it.
like, oh shit, I forgot I have 500,000 subscribers. I can't just walk away from this.
Well, PDX in November will be fun. It'll be a lot
Yeah.
less corporate. It'll be much more pure game. But what's next? Next month is Vlogger Fair, right?
Yeah, we have are you going to Vlogger Fair?
I am going to Vlogger Fair. She did contact me. I am heading up there.
Sweet. So you want to just chill with me?
That's what I told him. I said there was no reason to get another hotel room. Just might as well bunk with you. I mean, I can tolerate the smell. I did it once at PDX, so I could do it again.
You should just tell Chris to get you the hotel room, and then you and I can both crash in Seattle right next to the venue, and then just get like hammered drunk the morning before we go over there.
Oh, I thought they were already getting you a room out there.
No, I'm literally
Well, why-
within driving distance.
No, why should you commute, Chris? You need to get Jerry a room so I can crash with Jerry. I mean, you remember you're like BFF, so you have to do the schmoozing on me.
See, that's the problem though, is because I'm a BFF, he'll just assume I'll do everything for free, which he's probably right. So
Yeah.
Goddamn our friends exploiting friends.
There you go.
exploiting
There you
friends.
go, guys. The key to success on YouTube is do not make friends with anybody.
Yeah,
Don't friend
yeah.
anybody.
If you friend anybody, you're doomed. You got to do everything for free.
That should be fun though. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. I think they're putting together the two events, so it's gonna be 3 days. It's gonna be Vlogger Fair and Gnome Decks, so it's gonna be a lot of technology stuff. It's gonna be a lot of vloggers, and then the first day I think it's just the vloggers only. So it's gonna be just people that make YouTube videos, and not just all the other people that like enjoy the YouTube videos.
It's
So
like,
it'll be
it's like
interesting.
narcissistic day.
It's narcissism day. Absolutely. Everybody gets a number on their badge, and then like if the guy's number's bigger than yours, then you have to like bow down to him.
You're like, oh man.
But no, it'll be a fun event, and then of course, let's see, later next month we have PAX Prime coming up.
Ooh, I haven't even registered for that. I might want to do that.
You want to go to PAX Prime. Now here's the problem: 2 of the companies that were supposed to give me exhibitor passes pulled out of the event because it was too expensive.
Why do you need
And-
exhibitor pass? You already exceed media pass requirements.
Do I?
50,000 is all that's required.
Dude, I asked them for a media pass like last year, and they were like, "Go to hell." Huh?
Yeah, but now you're $500,000. They have to.
Yeah, I'll ask him. I'll ask him to see if I can get the media pass. It would have been cool to get the exhibitor pass though, because the exhibitors get in like 6 hours before it opens to the public. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Because that's what I did 1 year. But anyways, yeah, no, that'll be cool. I definitely want to do PAX because one of the big things is I'm unveiling the Stormtrooper suit that I'm printing, that I'm assembling right now. So the video that I'm working on tonight is recording the second half of the assembly of the thigh pieces and the calf pieces. Man, they look cool.
Mm-hmm. No, I saw your Instagram photos. Like, I don't know. Obviously, you put a lot of the behind the scenes stuff up there, so people should be following your Instagram if they want to see the progress on that.
Yeah, definitely follow the Instagram because a lot of people that are like, "Oh my God, you haven't made a video in weeks." Well, yeah, I haven't made a video, but I've done a lot of social media stuff, and the videos are coming. Guys,
That's very involved stuff too that you're doing.
It is, especially the 3D printing stuff, because just to print the 29 pieces, I think I have a total of probably about 250 print hours.
Yeah.
Just to print just the leg pieces, and I just finished printing the kneecaps last night. So the legs are all done. So now I can start working on the arms. Then I still have to do the chest armor, the cod piece, the rear back plate, and the blaster and the helmet. So that's still a shitload, dude. I'm not even like an eighth of the way there.
Well, look how long it took you to do your Halo helmet.
Yeah, but the good news is I've got another 3D printer showing up tomorrow that has a much larger build volume, so I'll be able to do some of the bigger pieces on that. And so I'll have three of the bigger build volume 3D printers running, hopefully 24/7, just cranking these parts out as fast as Lloyd can give them to me.
That's cool.
So
Well,
yeah.
my Instagram has looked more like Top Gear and
I know.
Tour de France than PC stuff. No,
Well,
I've
when
been
you get a new car, you have to post pictures of the car when you get a new car. That's a
I
prerequisite.
I was thinking I was going to take a lot of flack for posting all these car pictures. A couple people were like, "What is why is this car stuff on here?" But for the most part, people are just bugging the crap out of me to do a video on my car. My car is not video ready yet. At least the way I can. I want to do some more stuff to the car before I do a video on it. But anyway, so I told you before we started the stream, I wanted to tell a funny story about, guys, I finally fell off my bike. But it was like comical, actually.
Were you clipped in?
Oh yeah, of course. So now here's the thing. Okay, so I don't know if you guys saw, I think it was Monday, I posted a picture of my favorite like 40-mile nonstop bike trail was a victim of the flooding out here recently, and like mudslides like fell down onto the trail. So I was riding along. I got about 16 miles into my ride, and I turn the corner, and there's freaking bulldozers and backhoes and stuff. I'm like, what the hell? And there's a guy with a stop sign. Like, you would think like road construction, right? But it was on a bike trail, so they still had to, have a guy controlling traffic. And it was just way too muddy for me to be able to actually ride my bike through there. So I got off my bike and walked across the 50 or 60 yards worth of mud that was there. Stamped out my shoes on the other side, like, stomped on the ground real hard to try and get all the dirt and rocks out of them.
Yeah, because you have the click-in shoes. They pack up, yeah.
Right. And so I get back on my bike and I start riding. Well, I go about another mile, and I'm like, man, this trail is just tore up. We're not talking about just mud and stuff. We're talking about golf ball-sized rocks, softball-sized rocks, and I'm just going, this is not good. I'm not going to destroy my bike riding on this trail because, I mean, yeah, if it were a mountain bike, I would have been like, sweet, this is perfect. But it's not. It's a carbon fiber road bike that does not have the proper tires on there for that. I mean, if I had the right tires, I could have kept riding. That bike is actually designed for being able to do cyclocross. So I turn around and I head back. Now, here's the thing. There was a couple of parts where I had a little bit of a downhill assistance of going through some more mud patches that were maybe 2 inches, maybe 2.5 inches thick. And the downhill momentum carried me over those just fine. Coming back uphill slightly, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I need to get a running start on some of these mud patches. And I made it through most of them. But just before I got back to where that big mud slide was that I showed the picture on Instagram, I just got a running start into this mud patch. The front wheel just dug into the ground and just stopped. Now, here's the thing. I'm like, okay, keep going. And I'm pedaling as hard as I can. And the back wheel is freaking spinning in place. And I'm like, oh, God, I'm going down. So I go to bring my foot out. Well, because it was so packed with mud and rocks, I could not get my foot out of the pedal. So I'm sitting there like, I'm like panic yanking on my foot as I just topple over sideways, just bloop, and fell on my side.
I would pay money to see that in slow motion. Just whipping your thigh out, trying to get your foot out of the thing while you're going down. Like,
oh, God. No, in slow motion, I was like, oh, God. And then, I had watched videos like on how to fall, right? Because it's like anything else. You ride a dirt bike, you ride a bike, whatever. You're going to fall at some point. You've got to be prepared for it.
Yeah.
So I had kind of in the back of my mind some of like the different videos I'd seen about how to fall to try and minimize damage to you and the bike. So I stuck my knee out slightly so that my knee acts like a shock absorber, and then when my knee hit, I kind of brought it in and then rolled onto my thigh and then kind of rolled onto my shoulder so my shoulder hits the ground last so I don't break a collarbone. Well, my foot popped off the pedal at that point and then kicked my front derailleur, so it bent that. And then I look around, I'm check my body, I'm like, okay, nothing's broken, my foot's still facing the right way. Nobody's around, nobody saw this. That's unfortunate because that would have been hilarious for somebody to watch. And then it hit me like, oh God, the bike. Oh God, please be okay. Please be okay. And I'm like inspecting the carbon fiber because all the metal pieces you can replace those easy. If the carbon fiber gets impacted, you have to get it like stress tested.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, there's no problems. All right. So I get on the bike and I'm pedaling and I start hearing click, 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 like rubbing really bad. And I look at my rear derailleur or rear hanger. It was bent so bad it was almost into the spokes. So I ended up having to get the rear derailleur repaired. And so
were you able to just jerry-rig it to get you home?
I was able to get into one gear that didn't rub really bad, so I could ride the 16 miles or whatever it was back to my car. But it was a very high-speed, high-torque gear, so the rest of my ride was just like completely in a gear that I normally would not ride because it's too much work. So I got my workout. But anyway, I just thought it was funny. It was one of those things where I finally fell off the bike, and it was all because I'm like, I'm going to get this running start in this mud pack, and just fell down. I mean, it was almost like a.
Well, I used to have click-ins on my mountain bike, like my downhill mountain bike.
That's scary.
And I know. I rode it twice and I took them off. I literally still have them. They're on a shelf next to the shoes because I had way too many close calls. And I see guys like going off like the doubles and stuff and like doing all kinds of crazy shit with their feet clicked in. And I just had way too many close calls in the two ride. I was like, I'm never gonna get used to this, and I just took them off. So.
It really was.
Applaud you.
It really was too bad though that nobody's around to see it. So if you guys watch my Instagram and you saw when I posted up that picture that was like, oh no, my favorite trail fell victim. It was about maybe 10 minutes after that picture went up that I was laying on my side.
Dude, I'm gonna get you a dash cam, like one of those ones that just cycles through.
Oh God.
And it detects when it detects a G-force event, it just like keeps the recording. And you should just stick one of those on everywhere you ride, and just every single one of these things that happens, you should just post it.
That's it. But I mean, other than that time the big rig almost took me out, there's been no other events really worth mentioning. So, all right, enough about us. We've got some topics, and I'm going to let you drive since you found these topics, and I want you to kind of take it away.
All right, so guys, the 3 topics that we have for this show, and I'm sorry we didn't tell you about it in the beginning. Half of you probably already left and stopped watching, but you know what? It's the hardcore
the title
people that stay.
The title was very clickbaity. It was "Disable Vehicle Brakes via Hacking?" Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
Which brings us to our first topic, which is the Chrysler vehicle hack. Then we're going to talk about mounting guns on quadcopters.
No one would ever do that, would they?
Yeah, no one would ever do that. I think it's just theory at this point. And then of course we're going to end with the hackers gaining access to all of Ashley Madison's private information. You know that site for cheaters? Yeah, you know who you are. So
God, I hope my information stays private.
Well, dude, you'd be stupid to use your real name on there, Jay. Come on, seriously.
Oh yeah, I instead of J, I use K.
Yeah, I'm Ben Dover. That's my name on there, Ben Dover. Okay, so the Chrysler vehicle hack situation. So a group of guys got together and figured out how to hack the cellular network on Uconnect enabled vehicles, which a lot of Chrysler vehicles have. Actually, like 500,000 cars on the road potentially have this Uconnect feature, which is added to the car.
I have felt that this technology was a bad idea from the start.
This is a horrible, and this actually links back to OnStar too. I want to talk a little bit about OnStar too, because OnStar has the same type of potential for exploitation.
Right.
Is this because the only difference is they use they don't use the cellular network, they use satellite. They use like a satellite connection thing. But still, anything that's wireless can be hacked. Right. And so what happened with this Uconnect feature is these guys found out how to exploit a bug basically in the firmware on these vehicles that would allow them to basically hijack the computer system of the car and disable features of the car. And we're not talking about just turning the engine off. They were actually successful in messing with the transmission, the steering, because a lot of these cars are have the steer by wire or steering assist, steering power assist. And the one that blew my mind was the brakes. They actually successfully disabled the brakes on a Jeep and had it go into a ditch. Like they weren't going high speed or anything, but still.
That's the thing that kind of freaks me out is, okay, my car, the 350Z, my Altima, not my Durango, thank goodness, because it's probably too old. Is so many of these cars now are all drive-by-wire.
Dude, I drive an electric car that's pretty much, they can do anything from OnStar, and I've done it. Like, they can start your car remotely, they can bypass the key fob, open the doors, close the doors. I mean, it's crazy.
And so when that technology started emerging in the mid-2000s and starting to become more prevalent, I always said, it's only a matter of time until people figure out how to take control of every aspect of your vehicle, not only wirelessly, but from anywhere in the world. I mean, it's like, what? Because all these cars, like, how does OnStar work? Cellular. How does Uconnect work? Cellular. So if they can somehow get a hold of that cellular band or that cellular key or however it's being authenticated, I mean, I could be sitting here in my house doing something like, on some high-tech spy movie and start controlling someone's car, the brakes, the throttle, the windows. I mean, it's just crazy. And here we are now in 2015, and now we're starting to see that this is becoming something that people are able to do simply because it's their hobby of hacking.
Well, that's the problem is you're a lot around justice or doing hacks.
No,
it's around just doing stuff just because you can.
Exactly. That was why that documentary that I did a shout out for semantics. Some people, why would I want to watch this? It was fascinating. It was about Romania and the amount of people there that actually are high end hackers. And the fact that they are doing it simply because they can. That was the number one answer, is because they can. Yeah. It's like, so now you're dealing with people's safety here. I mean, let's say some high-profile target is driving one of these smart cars. It'd become pretty easy to knock them off by putting the throttle to 100% and putting the braking power at 0.
Yeah. No, and hackers have proven in the past that a lot of them don't care about the damage that's done from the hacks. I mean, you have people that, try to shut down like the stock exchange. You have people DDoS servers that people rely on for financial income.
They DDoS EA, then we can't play Battlefield.
I know, and then we can't play Battlefield, and we all know how pissed off that gets us all.
Yeah.
QQ.
But then you play Battlefield and you get even more mad.
True. At least it isn't Call of Duty. Oh, burn to the Call of Duty folks, burn. But
do they still play that game?
No, nobody plays that. It's all the servers are zero.
Everyone's back to CS:GO now, a 15-year-old game technically.
I know a lot of people were talking about that when I was down at PDX LAN. Like a lot of people were playing that, and I was actually surprised.
They made a big comeback.
So if you drive a Chrysler vehicle that was manufactured between 2013 and 2015, you should probably get your ass into the dealership to get the fix applied to the firmware on your car, or you can actually go to Chrysler's website and download the new firmware for Uconnect and update it using a USB thumb drive plugged into your car. Now, if you don't have the Uconnect feature and your car isn't cellularly connected to Skynet, you're probably okay. So, but again, I would like to the things that I would like to focus on the most here is how in the fuck did they disable the brakes?
The brakes
not be connected to anything electronic. Why would you ever need to call and say apply the brakes? Like kill the motor, okay, I can understand that. If you're law enforcement and you're in a pursuit or something and you want to be a dickhole, call it, be like kill his motor. Okay, but the brakes, why would you ever allow the brakes on a car to be manipulated while it's in motion?
Okay, so the NSA has, like I said, high-profile targets that they want to be able to take out. So they have gotten into cahoots with these manufacturing companies.
I think you're right.
And it's all a big giant conspiracy.
It is, because
it sounds like a tech syndicate topic.
Yeah, I bet you they probably did it so that if every single car is affected, then the chances of a rental car bought by a foreign dignitary is actually pretty high.
A rental car? Yeah, you've got like the Prince of Saudi Arabia coming and renting a Kia from Enterprise.
No, a Chrysler 300 or whatever, like the baller mobile. Like, yeah, something tells me.
No,
you never hear about the shit happening to Ferraris.
I know, right? No, that was the thing. I can't. Okay, fine. Unlocking the doors, rolling down the windows. Being able to do amenity things like that with wireless and cellular, fine. But like there should never be an electronic control system for the brakes like that can be hacked wirelessly, or even in my opinion. I don't even like the idea of driving by wire on the throttle, because I mean, what if that throttle mechanism messes up Toyota? Then look what's going to happen. How many people were injured or died in the throttle sticking issue with Toyota, which again was a drive-by-wire throttle?
Yeah.
I mean, but the brakes. Worst case scenario, you lose your power brakes in a mechanical or a vacuum, master cylinder setup like you have in a traditional car. You just 2-foot stand on the brakes. At least you have something. If you lose your power brakes because an electronic system goes out in a modern car, you put your foot to the floor. It doesn't matter. The signal doesn't make it to the cylinder to say.
Yeah, in a conventional braking system, a vacuum-based braking system, if the vacuum goes out, you can still stop the car.
Right.
And this you can't. It basically just it disabled the braking system. Like the pedal was no longer physically connected to the brakes.
Yeah, your brake, your
same thing with steering. A lot of these cars now have this electronic assist steering where the steering sensitivity and stuff changes as you go up in speed. Like for instance, like the Tesla, right? Like the Tesla Model S would be a good example of a car I would be scared to drive with hacks like this in place, because they're actually releasing a firmware that allows the car to drive itself completely. And I've actually gone for a drive with my friend Adam. He has a P85D. That's the one I keep telling you about. Does 2.8 seconds 0 to 60. That car literally can drive itself. It radar matches the car in front of you. When it comes to a stoplight, it applies the brakes. You can literally not touch the pedals. And now they're releasing a firmware where when you're on the freeway, it basically uses sensors to monitor your position on the road and everything. And the car literally steers itself. They drove one all the way from California to Seattle without touching any of the inputs.
Right.
Like, imagine if that got hacked. You could literally just be like, oh, I'm just going to drive this car back to my chop shop with you in it.
I know, right? Just all of a sudden, all your car belong to me.
Yeah. You just wake up in some garage. All the wheels are missing. Everything, the doors are taken off.
It's like the modern version of your kidneys missing.
It's absolutely crazy. It actually the whole hacker culture thing. Like I've been watching a new show that was. By
the way, can you give me access to the doc, please?
Oh, you don't have access?
I can't type like sexually explicit messages to you in the document while we're streaming like I used to.
It says that you're an anonymous alligator.
Anonymous alligator?
Although, yeah, it lists you as anonymous alligator reading the document. Here.
Okay.
I'll just send it. I'll just send it.
I know I've been tightening security a little bit, but I didn't get that weird.
I can see your cursor. I can see where you put the cursor, but you just can't edit anything. We're talking about Google Docs, guys, because that's where we're keeping all of the notes. Now, what I was telling you about the hacking stuff,
I still can't do anything. But
go to your dude. You have to go get the new link from your email.
What?
You can't. I can't give you access because it says you're connected as anonymous alligator, and apparently anonymous alligator has no rights.
I'm not an alligator.
Yeah, anonymous alligator. But anyways, this you know how hacker TV shows usually like they overemphasize things and they always do like fake operating systems and fake commands and fake. I've been watching this show called Mr. Robot. That's actually pretty good.
That sounds pretty original.
You guys should check it out because they actually do make fun of the hacking culture. But the one thing that they stay true to is they actually use Linux. They actually use Linux commands. The stuff that they're doing as far as like, you know, exposing password files and stuff like that and social engineering, they're like demonstrating, you know, they're stretching it a bit, but they are using what would be considered realistic tactics. And gaining the information. I actually thought that was pretty cool. Like I was watching the show and I was like, wow, this is the first hacker show I've ever watched, which isn't complete bullshit. Now there are some bullshitty things in it, but for the most part, I think it's probably the most accurate perception of like how hacking is done. It's not just like, oh, connect to the mainframe and break in and blah, 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 blah. You know, they talk about using malware and they talk about using rootkits and things like that. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's only going to get worse. I mean, you got smart houses are becoming a thing now. You know, so instead of like in the future being somebody walking up behind you when you're unlocking your door, putting a gun in your back and being like, "Let me in your house," you know. Now it's going to be, you know, you're going to be attacked in the store or something and being demanded for your password to your house. You know what I mean? There's a fly freaking flying around here driving me.
Give me your RFID now.
Yeah. Give me your RFID for your house.
Give it to me now. Zach, you count.
Yeah,
I'm not as good of a Schwarzenegger as you. So finishing up on the Chrysler thing, hacking.
Real quick, if you guys are hearing weird music, Little Jay is playing like, I don't know if you can hear that.
Dude, you're gonna get this like copyright flag.
Little Jay is playing the piano thing on the other side of that door.
Just tell her don't play anything by Justin Bieber because we'll get copyright flagged immediately.
I know, right?
No,
anyway.
I heard that people were literally getting flagged on YouTube for playing covers of songs. Like literally, they were playing the song themselves and singing, and it was still matching. It was still getting a content.
You got to be careful with your audio sprite stuff then.
Apparently, everything has to be sped up by 10% to really fool that YouTube.
I know, right?
So guys, again to reiterate, 2013 through 2015 Chrysler with Uconnect feature. If you have that, you probably should get it checked out. Otherwise, some 12-year-old kid with a vendetta is going to run you into a Jersey barrier. Just saying.
Just for fun.
Just for the lulz. He's gonna basically just, yeah, who knows? In the next generation of cars, you'll probably be able to like heat up the fuel tank and just blow the car up. Like for some reason that'll be a thing.
Oh, moving on to our next topic here, only because of the sake of time. It just dawned on me what this next topic is. I'm getting this out there before everyone calls me a copycat. I'm actually going to be doing some drone stuff in the near future.
That does make you a copycat, though.
I am a complete copycat.
You are, and I will help you in every way that I can to be the best copycat you can be.
You know what makes the best copycat go is the one that admits that he's a copycat.
That's true.
What's really annoying
I'm a copycat on everything. That way, I just don't have to worry about it.
What's really annoying is when the copycat's like, "No, I'm not." Jeez.
Technically, we're all copycats. I mean, I wasn't the first person on YouTube. I mean, by me recording videos and uploading them to YouTube, I'm basically just ripping off PewDiePie. Like,
I know, right?
I mean,
we all are.
I'm sorry,
since he's number one.
Ripping you off, bro. I'm completely ripping you off by doing this whole thing.
Yeah.
So now that Jay and I are both in the quadcopter community,
not yet, soon.
So you will. I'm indoctrinating you.
Well, I found a place I can fly it.
Fantastic, and not obviously
Arizona.
not at your house because the FBI will show up and start tasing you.
I just gotta drive to Arizona.
You can fly it in your garage. So, anyways, the next topic, which again I asked you guys on Twitter what topics you'd like to see, and this one's one that caught my eye earlier last week, and that was mounting a gun on a quadcopter. It has finally been done like in reality. Before that, it was pretty much like sci-fi and Call of Duty. That you'd have a drone with the capabilities to actually fire a gun. Now, some guy thought it'd be pretty cool to take his homemade quadcopter. It's obvious from the video that it's a homemade quadcopter, and it looks like it was designed to carry a decent sized payload, so maybe like an SLR camera or something like that. And he basically mounted what appears to be like a 22
Barrett 50
long
cal
rifle pistol. What's that?
A Barrett 50 cal.
Yeah, he mounted a Sidewinder missile. No, but he basically puts a little 22 on it, and it's a very, very simple build. You can tell from the video that, I mean, any numbnuts could do this. I mean, I could go out and like duct tape a 9mm to my DJI Phantom and do this video.
I'm gonna try and bring up this video real quick.
Oh yeah. So you're trying to bring up the video. This guy basically just does this short little video. It's only 15 seconds long, and he basically fires a 22 long rifle pistol, which what I'm guessing is a 22. It looks like a 22 LR. And he's firing it from the drone, and he's using a servo to pull the trigger. So he's completely remote controlling this drone.
Plot twist, it was FPS Russia. No, I'm just kidding.
It probably was. Actually, he did a fake video where he was shooting a machine gun, but this guy decided to take it all like into IRL. So this gun that he's firing in the video,
so I've got it up on the video with the audio, with the audio too, yeah.
Okay, so he's basically flying this thing, and he's firing the gun what appears to be into a hill. So it doesn't look like it's unsafe situations, and he's only flying the drone a couple of feet off the ground. So it looks like the guy's actually being pretty safe about it. You know, I'd probably be a little bit more worried if he was flying the drone at like 1,000 feet and just randomly shooting while spinning 360 no scope. But
now, if you look at the slow mo here that everyone can see, because there is a slow mo, we do see shells ejecting and stuff. So if it is like an After Effects, it's a pretty convincing one.
Everything that I've read says that this is confirmed to be a real video. Like everybody that's watched it said that this hasn't been tampered with in any way. And the thing is knowing drones like I do, like I've pushed on a drone. I've pushed on a DJI S1000 before.
They push back pretty hard.
And the way it reacts and it recovers itself with the gyro system and the GPS lock, that it's completely believable. That video, he was firing a gun from the drone. Now, be it probably not a huge caliber gun, but still, you could theoretically build a drone that could handle any size gun.
Do you think this guy knew as he was flying and making this video, like, haha, I'm about to piss off the entire country,
no,
the entire
dude,
world?
This was totally some dude that was just like, I have a gun, I have a drone.
This is gonna be so cool.
These are both controversial ass things on the internet. Let's do this. Like,
yeah.
But here's the thing. So he creates this 15-second video and uploads it. And of course, it goes completely viral because everybody is like, holy shit, drones got guns now. This is bad. And I'll tell you why it's bad. Let's go ahead and focus on the drama of the situation. So the drama of the situation is recent news has shown that 2 times now drones have penetrated the airspace of the White House because they're not picked up on radar because they're too small. And they're remote controlled, and they're small, so it's just very easy to get them in there. So twice now they've gotten them into the White House. Now imagine if one of those actually had a remote camera, which a lot of drones do. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can fly these things with even headsets on. Imagine if you had that with a gun on it. Then you would actually have a flying gun platform.
You would have Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
You would totally have Call of Duty Advanced Warfare in real life. And I'm actually glad that this guy made this video, and the reason being is, it needed to be called out that this is going to become a potential problem because I'm a gun activist. I love my guns. I have an AR-15 I go shoot. I know a lot of the people in the UK that follow me are like, no guns. But
oh my God, I'm totally unfollowing you.
Yeah, I respect your guys' culture and your tea drinking. Now you respect my right to go in my backyard and just blow stuff up gratuitously.
No. You've opened up this can of worms. You are not allowed to do anything that is offensive to me, sir.
Oh.
That is how this country works. That is how political correctness works. If what you do offends me, it's wrong.
I think I might have offended some people.
You're wrong then.
I would like to, can I do my public apology now where I pander to the public to forgive me for what I've done?
Yeah, you're like, sorry everybody that I had personal beliefs. I am so sorry for that.
Yeah, but realistically, this does pose a serious threat. It does, because if you can strap a gun onto a quadcopter, then what's stopping a terrorist from going and buying like a DJI S1000 and like, you know, putting an extra servo on it and a gun?
By the way,
in the gimbal.
I want to join you on that right wing over there because when 4th of July happened, I was the guy that said Happy America Day and held up my Winchester Model 94 and my AR-15.
Nice.
So many people that day were like, "Oh my God, you believe in terrorism?"
But on the flip side, here's the greatest thing of this whole thing. So they create it, and it goes viral, and every single headline is, "What this guy is doing is illegal. What this guy is doing is illegal." No, actually, what he did wasn't illegal, and that's because this all comes back to, you know, a law doesn't happen until there's a reason for the law to be there, right? And a lot of guys in the drone community were pissed off that this guy made this video.
Yeah, because this guy, he brought a lot of attention to something that really wasn't a problem.
And drones are already demonized heavily.
I'm not, and I know how many people right there just went, "Oh my God, Jay says that guns attached to drones is not a problem." That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's not like, and this guy I'm sure was not the first to put a gun on a drone either. He probably was the first one to record it and put it on YouTube. But what I'm saying is that, to be honest, I don't know exactly what the politically correct term for what I'm saying is. We have these laws that exist because people take common sense and abuse it.
Yes.
And so this brought awareness to the fact that, while everyone was kind of walking around in their little, their little bubbles, now everyone's aware of, wow, you can take something that flies and put something that shoots and put them together, and that sounds very dangerous.
Yeah.
Kind of like predators, but on a much smaller scale. But hey, I digress a little bit.
I'm sure that there's been incidents of people putting guns on RC helicopters from the past, like the 80s and 90s, and people putting guns on like RC airplanes.
God,
and shooting
I would be way more scared of a handgun
Yep.
on an RC helicopter than a drone if you compared the stability of the two.
Actually, don't be so sure. The stability, because drones are the gyro stability of a drone is insane. Like I've actually seen drone tests where they lift like 50 pounds into high wind, and the thing actually will hold itself perfectly stable.
That's why I would be more scared of the helicopter. Because the helicopter would just be like spraying everywhere.
I see what
in
you're
every
saying.
direction.
Yeah. No, you're right. It would be completely unsafe. But the thing that really sucks for the and just like we were talking about offending people, I say the word drone because a lot of the quadcopters that I fly have autonomous capabilities, like the DJI Phantom and stuff like that, which does classify them as a drone. But the community hates that because drones are a word. Drone is a word heavily used in the media to demonize the hobby.
It is sort of like the word assault rifle.
As soon as you put a gun on a quadcopter.
Well, it's just like the media using the word assault rifle on a rifle. That's,
exactly.
People think because it looks like a machine gun, it must be an assault rifle because you can assault people with it, when the legal definition of an assault rifle is one pull gives you more than one shot.
Yep. And just like right now, everybody's just going to make the assumption that now every drone's going to have a gun on it all of a sudden. Like if a drone's flying over my house, it's probably got a gun on it. But here's the thing is, guys, is the biggest threat in the drone community has always been bombs, not guns.
Oh, great. Some of the idea.
On a drone and fly it into stuff.
You have just tagged this stream twice. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, actually, the ATF's going to watch this now. Presidential.
You said White House. You said White House, drone, and bomb. And now you made me say it. Thank you for that. Jay's channel is shut down tomorrow.
I wish I had a stopwatch. I could see when the helicopters actually land and kick in my windows. But
no, it would be my windows, dude. I'm the one streaming.
Yeah, no, but the media preys on people that are ignorant of what is actually capable of, because people are like, oh my god, on his helicopter, what's stopping him from like flying over to his neighbor's house and shooting him? Well, first of all, morals. I mean, I'm gonna just throw that out there. Morality should stop you from trying to murder your neighbors with autonomous gun drones.
What are morals?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what they are. I do a lot of reading every day and soul searching to figure out what morals are.
No, but the media,
they're supposed to be there.
This is a little bit of a rant 30, and I'll say it quickly, and I think most people will agree with me on this. Mainstream media is one big giant network. Put any headline, any news article to incite fear and emotion in the people watching, regardless of the truth, which is why when they're way off base about something, they never retract and they never redact.
Yep. And let's be perfectly clear about this topic before people start, yammer-yamming about the legalities of it. The ATF cleared it. They watched this video, and the ATF said that he is not violating any laws by weaponizing a quadcopter.
Yeah, I don't, because the handgun itself is still in itself, in its own entity, is going to have to conform to the handgun laws of whatever state he's in.
Yep.
And I don't believe there's any laws that say that the hand has to be what pulls the trigger.
No, there isn't. Not where he is, and it's not. And it's also been signed off by the BAFTE and the Connecticut State Police. So everybody that could have prosecuted this guy have cleared him. Now there is one law, because of course what people are going to do is when you find out that somebody did something you didn't like and it turns out to be legal, you're going to do everything in your power to try to put some kind of power restriction on him, right?
How many? I don't. What state was this in?
Connecticut, I think.
Okay, first of all, Connecticut right now, I mean, I think they're a little bit more concerned about their right to waive generally than anything else. But no, in all honesty, But I don't think that's going to exactly be the state that's going to push this thing to be illegal. But what's going to happen is other states like California and New York.
Will be those will be the first two.
They'll be like, oh my God, we have to make a law against this right now, and that's what they'll do.
Yep, no guns on drones.
I got into a debate the other day, not really a debate, but a conversation with a friend the other day about, I guess, In San Bernardino, there were police officers that were standing on the side of the road, kind of dressed like transients holding a cardboard sign. So from a distance, it looks like a transient asking for money.
Yep.
But the sign actually reads, "I'm not homeless. I'm a police officer looking for seatbelt and cell phone violations." So it was complete. It was complete. What's the word I'm looking for?
It was a trap.
It wasn't a trap because they didn't make you do it. But first of all, the police were spending money on this task force to look like homeless people, catching people, violating seatbelt and cell phone laws. Now, San Bernardino is quickly becoming one of the most, the highest crime-laden cities that's not a major city in the United States. And so a lot of people were upset that the police are spending money on that rather than other crimes that actually could make a difference in the community. And so, my point when someone argued that was why my argument was they shouldn't be doing the cell phone / seatbelt law violation enforcement in that way was that we've got a lot of really stupid laws that are still in the books. Every state and federal have a lot of really crazy laws. For instance, in California, it is still illegal for a woman to drive wearing a housecoat. So if the police were suddenly doing the woman in housecoat task force, it would be completely legal and legit. But because we have so many stupid laws on the books, the police have to pick and choose which laws get primary enforcement. So it's sort of like this drone thing here, right? At what point is resources going to start being spent up for people to go and find these drone violators putting handguns on there because someone in a liberal state got extremely terrified at the idea of a flying gun?
Yeah, and that's just it, is they're already trying to find ways to demonize what this guy's doing. Like, for instance, they reference the law that says that you can't drop something from an aircraft with the intention to cause harm. And
well, what if Amazon's drones that are delivering packages accidentally drop one?
Well, that's accidentally. That's not intentional.
Well, I could just say it was an accident.
Like if the wheel falls off your airplane when you're flying it, I mean, you're probably going to get kicked in the dick for not fixing your aircraft. but at the same time, it's not really your fault.
Yeah.
Per se. But no, this guy opened up a huge can of worms. He probably didn't realize just how big of a can of worms he was going to open when he was shooting this video. I'm sure he was probably just having a good time and thought it was something cool.
No, just to clear the air out there, I'm not a extreme right wing conservative
Stop
who's
being
just
racist,
like
Jay.
gun toting, shooting guns in the air. But I'm also not living in liberal fear on the left, saying, "Oh my God, we need to ban all the guns." I'm smart enough to realize that thing is only going to be as dangerous as the person operating it, and that's where the problem really lies. So even if they were to make that illegal, does it change anything? I don't think so.
No, it doesn't, because the people that are going to abuse it will still abuse it.
Right.
That's what it all goes back to. Is laws only apply to people who follow laws, and people who follow laws don't put guns on aircraft and kill their neighbors.
Do you think a robber is walking with his buddies and all of a sudden he's like, whoa, stop, and his buddies are like, what? Dude, we can't go in there, bro. Why?
Dude, our 2.5 says that we can't. Yeah, no.
That's a gun-free zone, man. You can't go in there. Oh shit, we better go around. I don't think that's gonna happen.
So is it a good idea to put a gun on a drone? Absolutely. If you're on the set of a big budget movie and standing behind Lexan sheets of
I would say imagine the hunting capabilities, but I don't think it's gonna sneak up on any deer.
No. You just got to put a high enough powered rifle that you can do it from 10,000 feet, like the 50 cal.
Oh yeah, so you're
then it's like Overwatch.
So your accuracy degree of spread is only 1 mile.
Dude, I got this hilarious picture in my head of deer hunting by Overwatch. It's like this pristine scene. And you got a deer drinking out of a brook, and then you just see like a 50 cal high explosive round just deployed from 10,000 feet from.
It's gonna be like that scene on American Sniper of like the 3 mile shot.
Yeah, exactly. And it's all computer controlled and gyro stabilized, so it'll even be better. It'll be like a 6 mile shot. And it's shooting down, so the range is even better.
He's like, watch this. I'm going to shoot this one from the moon.
Shoot this one from orbit. Oh, my God, dude. I just looked up dumb laws for Washington State. The harassing of Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or other undiscovered species is a felony punishable by a fine or imprisonment.
That seems like Washington law, if you ask me, with the amount of trees you have up there. Sasquatch has feelings, too.
Here you go. It's illegal to entice girls away from the Maple Lane School for Girls. Don't forget.
Candy.
Don't forget. It's illegal to attach a vending machine to a utility pole without prior consent from the utility company.
Oh, we're adding another segment before we get into the Ashley Madison hack
Dumb
topic.
laws.
Dumb laws. All right, so you look up dumb laws in Washington, and I'll do California.
All right, we'll go law for law here. Let's
All right,
do it.
so you just did one, right?
Yep.
Filming producers must have permission from pediatrician before filming a child under the age of 1 month. That's actually a good one.
That's actually like a plausible law. Okay, how about this one? People may not buy a mattress on Sunday. So if you move on Sunday to a new house and you need a mattress, you're fucked. You just sleep on the floor.
Well, if you was going bear or bobcat hunting, it's illegal to let your dog pursue a bear or a bobcat at any time.
Wow. Well, that's who's gonna tell the dog?
I know, right?
All motor vehicles must be preceded by a man carrying a red flag in the daytime or a red lantern in the nighttime, 50 feet in front of the said vehicle. I'm doing this, dude. I swear to God, I'm doing a video where I just go walk in front of a car down a random street with a red lantern. That would be hilarious. And if the cops pull me over, I'll be like, dude, it's fucking law. Go look, it's on the books.
I actually know when this one went into effect, believe it or not. I'm sad to say that this was fairly recent, in the 2000s. In San Jose and Sunnyvale, it is illegal for grocery stores to provide plastic bags.
Oh,
that was because
California,
of the EPA.
save the planet.
Just like in like 2006, they were trying to outlaw and make it illegal to have Mylar balloons because of how many of them were getting tangled up in power lines.
I'm starting to think California's laws so far are kind of winning for being more plausible. How about this?
Oh God!
I know it's illegal to pretend that one's parents are rich.
How about this?
So you cannot lie about your parents being rich. If you do, you're going to jail.
Who do you prosecute for this? Sunshine is guaranteed to the masses in California.
If you block your neighbor's sunshine, you're going to jail.
Who do you prosecute? The sun? You didn't come out today. Or do you prosecute the cloud?
Let's see. Okay, how about this? When two trains come to a crossing, neither shall go until the other has passed. Like, isn't that common sense? Like, were they having a problem with trains just like fucking road raging and smashing into each other? Like, they must have.
I have to wonder if some of these laws went into effect just to prove how numb and mindless a lot of the voting communities are. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, do it.
It is a misdemeanor to shoot at any kind of game being, hunting, from a moving vehicle, unless the moving target is a whale.
So basically, if you're a whaler you're allowed to use a boat, but you can't drive down the freeway and like take pot shots at deer off the side of the road. Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. How about this? It's illegal to paint polka dots on the American flag. Apparently, that was a problem, and they had to create a law because people were fucking polka dot the American flag.
No vehicle without a driver may exceed 60 miles per hour.
Okay,
Google,
so
we're looking at you.
Is fine as long as you're not behind the wheel. Okay.
Google, we're looking at you. Okay, I'm gonna see if there's anything in my city here.
Oh my God, you may not spit on a bus. Was that like a problem where people are like hawking loogies on the bus?
In Carmel, California, it is illegal for a man to go outside while wearing a jacket and pants that do not match.
Holy shit! There's city laws too.
Oh yeah, it breaks it down by funky state laws, and then you can go all the way
So Bremerton, just so you guys know, I grew up in Bremerton, Washington. That was like my stomping grounds. Apparently, you may not shuck peanuts on the street.
Now, Arcadia is up near the hills, actually, the foothills. Peacocks have the right of way to cross any street, including driveways.
Interesting.
I know. That must have been because of the peacock infestation of 52.
Hey, in Linden, Washington, you can't dance. You cannot dance if you appear intoxicated. Okay.
How old do you think this one is in Blythe? Now, Blythe is one of the last cities in California before you cross into Arizona.
Yep.
Okay. It says you are not permitted to wear cowboy boots unless you own at least 2 cows.
Ooh, man, these laws are really hard on people lying about their backgrounds and what they do. Let's see here. Okay, so in Waldron Island, no structure shall contain more than 2 toilets that use potable water for flushing. Okay.
Well, It's illegal to.
Here's one Walla Walla. This was a problem apparently. It is illegal to give noxious substances to birds in any city park.
I wonder if that was because of the Alka-Seltzer kick of '82.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was bad.
It's illegal in Birmingham.
Oh, even better. Wilbur, Washington.
I got one.
Shoot it.
It is illegal to spit except on a baseball diamond.
Ooh, okay. So the exception on the baseball diamond, that's okay. All up here, it just says you can't spit on the bus. So I'm guessing you can spit everywhere else just fine.
You can't spit on the bus or in the bus.
Yep. And remember, if you like horses, they better be pretty horses, because in Wilbur, Washington, you may not ride an ugly horse.
Here's one that applies to me in the Cathedral City, which is out in the desert.
Yep.
Persons may not ride their bicycles through the fountain of life.
Oh my God.
Damn it! I thought I was going to be young again.
Hey guys, leave it down in the comments if you think that there needs to be a new monthly show that's just stupid laws.
Now,
I could seriously spend like an hour just talking about.
But do you see the point I was trying to prove to the friend that if we actually lived our life to the letter of the law, we're all screwed.
We've all violated the laws. Like I bought a mattress.
I'm sorry, but I rode my bicycle through the fountain of life on the way to the baseball diamond while letting my dog hunt bobcats.
Yeah, and I've driven a car before
3
at
strikes
night without a dude with a lantern in front of me. So I was
3 strikes, Jerry. I'm going away. 3 strikes on that one.
That's right, dude. You're basically just a felon, Jay. It's all over. So shall we move on to our last topic?
I'm trying to find real quick. I'm looking for my city. I want to see if my city has.
Oh, dude, your city has to have some dumb laws.
Well, my city is old too. I know I don't actually live in Los Angeles. That actually Los Angeles has.
Apparently, in Kentucky, you can't fish with a bow and arrow. So apparently, that was a problem. People were just like, compound bow, water. Let's do this shit.
In Los Angeles, it is illegal for a man to beat his wife with a strap wider than 2 inches without her consent.
I'm thinking not a lot of gay dudes live in Owensboro.
Did you hear that?
No, sorry. What was it?
It is illegal in Los Angeles for a man to beat his wife with a strap wider than 2 inches without her consent.
What? I wonder if the police like measure that shit when they show up.
Right?
Sorry, dude, it's under 2 inches.
Could you imagine the domestic violence call? My husband's beating me. Well, is the strap wider than 2 inches? Did you consent? I did not. It's over 2 inches. He's going to jail.
I like this.
It's 1 5/8, therefore it's legal. He can beat you all he wants. It's 1 5/8.
Oh my god.
What the hell?
I like this. Fort Thomas, dogs may not molest cars. So apparently you gotta. I mean, these laws assume that dogs can be like reasoned with. Like, no, you do not molest a car. Okay, Fido.
It is still illegal in Los Angeles to cry on the witness stand.
It's illegal to cry on the witness stand?
That's what it says. It is illegal to cry on the witness stand.
Of all the places where you're probably going to cry, the witness stand is probably a high likelihood.
The witness starts crying. The defense is, I object.
And I don't think anybody should ever live in If you live in Owensboro, Kentucky, then no anal sex for you. It says one may not receive. You can give all the anal sex you want, but no, one may not receive anal sex in Owensboro, Kentucky.
Okay. Now the wife was born and grew up in Redlands, California. So if you guys don't know where Redlands, California is, it's a real old Victorian city. Actually, it was a railroad city before. It was the last city before you went into Palm Springs, which is like where all the ritzy people went to stay during the
I flew into Palm Springs when I came down to see you, I think, didn't I?
No, you flew.
No, that was when I saw my dad. No, I flew into Palm Springs when I saw my dad. Yeah, never mind.
So Redlands still has a law on the books. Now this kind of ties in with your lantern, sir. Motor vehicles may not drive on city streets unless a man with a lantern is walking ahead of it.
Wow, so this is like a law that made it around like
100 and something years.
That's
easily.
Crazy.
Because the Redlands Daily Facts, which is the newspaper for that city, they have a segment that they do like once a week. It was 100 years ago today. Well, they will rerun like news articles from 100 years ago as if it were today.
Dude, we really need to do a video where we just take out one of the cars and drive at like 1 mile an hour with a person walking with a lantern in front of us, and just every single cop will pull us over and try to arrest us, and we'll just be like, no, dude, like, this is the law. Check it out. It's
Well,
on the books.
you have laws that now directly conflict with each other because there's also minimum speed limit requirements.
Yeah, minimum speed limit requirement. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to just walk
So-
down the middle of the street when you're not on a
So
vehicle.
the cop would totally troll us and be like, "No, it's fine, it's fine. Your guy here can walk in front of the car with the lantern. He just has to be running 35 miles per hour
and be encased in the metal and motorized. No, just kidding.
Yeah. No, I mean, reading some of those old news articles though are actually kind of funny because they always, it's just like in the movies. They always refer to the person like by their name. Like for instance, it was like, Mrs. Wilson over on First Street caused a 3-car backup when her wheel broke. It's like, oh, Mrs. Wilson, we're gonna remember you. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead and move on to the Ashley Madison thing.
All right, so for those of you guys that don't know, Ashley Madison, and for those of you guys that do know, if you know what I'm saying. But anyways, Ashley Madison is, what's that?
I'm saying if they do know, they better hook
Yeah, you
their
better
info
be
to me.
worried, boy. I'd be worried shitless if I had an account on this site. So at least using my real name. Wink. What did I say my name was? Bendover? I'm Bendover on
Bendover.
Anyways, so hackers gained access to all of Ashley Madison's private information. Now, for those of you that don't know, Ashley Madison is a single site for people that are married. I guess that's how you describe it, right? I mean, their site motto is "Life is short, have an affair." So it's basically a site designed around people that are married finding each other.
Do we know why it's called Ashley Madison? Is that the founder?
I don't know. I just kind of assumed it was the name of a porn star or something. Here, let me go search here. Ashley Madison. I'll just search on Bing videos and see if any porn comes up. No, surprisingly, no. Okay, so I don't know where that name came from.
If the founder was actually a woman, then that kind of breaks a lot of the molds, doesn't it?
Yeah, that would actually be interesting. So yeah, maybe Ashley Madison was like, I don't know, she wasn't very happy with her marriage and decided to just create a whole web franchise around.
So this website actually charged money to delete your account?
Yes. So Ashley Madison, basically, they let you create an account for free, and then and it's basically the whole service is designed around anonymity and you being able to like meet up and hook up with other real people that are married and cheat your ass off. And so they let you create the account for free, and then if you try to delete the account, they say that you have to pay $19 to delete your account. Otherwise, your account's always on there. So they already have created a site with the extent of basically extorting you.
Right.
Because they're going to guess that at some point you're going to figure out what you're doing is fuck all wrong, and you're going to be like, okay, I need to delete my account. And then they're going to be like, well, give us $19. And I'm sure that happens all the time.
I can see why such a site exists.
Yep. So, well, dude, there's a lot worse.
I just wanted to see what your reaction would be. You're like,
I was gonna be like, I'm pretty sure that there's sites online with a lot worse stuff than this that I've probably seen.
Well, remember, everyone uses Craigslist now to sell their stuff, but Craigslist started off as a like a hookup. It was like a hookup site, like anonymous hookups. Right. That's why it was called Craigslist.
Yeah, no, I do remember that. There was because I used to for fun go read there's like on there where it's like
the funny section.
No, missed encounters. Have you ever read that?
No, it's called Casual Encounters.
Yeah, casual. No. Yeah, wink. I'm bent over on there too, if you're wondering. So, anyways, it's $19 to delete your account. Well, they waived that now because they got their asses hacked off, and the hacker group, who's calling themselves the Impact Team, that's actually pretty original.
What's funny is if everyone deletes their information now, it's not going to matter because the hackers already have archived info.
Have the info. But anyways, Ashley Madison basically is waiving the charge now. They're saying if you want to go delete your account, they will no longer extort you for $19. And I'm sure they're doing that because you could legally, they're worried about the legal implications of like all the senators and President Obama coming after him for leaking his account.
Yeah.
But basically they claim that the group, the Impact Team, has basically made the demands that Ashley Madison needs to cease their business and take down their website immediately. And if they don't within some certain given amount of time, they're going to leak all of the information, including all of their internal information about their servers, their employees, compensation, salaries, and all of the members of the site.
Was this a worldwide site that had, like access to anywhere in the world? Like you could use
know if it was,
if it had 37 million members
37
million members that are willing to cheat.
Let's see, Ashley Madison international.
So how many millions of dollars is this hacker group basically demanding that this website give up?
Oh, right? At 37 million. I mean, and then I don't know what their monetization system is though. I don't know if they I think they might charge you to send messages or something.
Just look at your statement.
Where? Oh, in here? Oh, let's see.
Yeah, look at your Ashley Madison statement from last month.
Oh, shut up, dude. Dude, everybody knows that gets sent to a P.O. box that nobody ever checks. No, I couldn't figure out what the hell you were saying there for a second. I was like, what?
I like how you're like, oh, okay, hold on, right here.
I'm all looking for my statement in the doc. Like, I'm like, where's my statement that I made?
No, it was perfect though, because it looked like you're like, oh yeah, hold on, let me check.
Lol.
I got you.
Oh my
got
God.
him. Got him.
Oh my God.
Got him.
Oh my God. So
He's nuts.
anyways, the hacker group, they already have all the information they claim. They also claim that they have private messages and private pictures that were exchanged between people on the site, which is all supposed to be stuff that's like encrypted and supposedly. But
so
they
of course, like the technical team is going to be like, yeah, right, because it just sounds like claims.
Yeah, it just sounds, yeah, the technical team's kind of writing it off and they don't believe it, but they've already released 40 megabytes of the data to prove what type of data they had. And apparently it was pretty compelling, and most of it was on the actual internals of the company, proving that they
That's what I was going to say, is I would have to assume that 40 megabytes would have been something like close to the chest for their end.
Yeah, no, they're scared shitless. They're just not, they're obviously trying not to show it public because they don't want to create a massive panic and lose their 37 million cheating moneymakers. So
they already have, though. That site's done now as far as its legitimacy is concerned.
Yeah,
right. It's completely compromised.
Yeah,
so
nobody can ever trust that site again.
Right. So as far as it's concerned, it's done. And their demands are kind of like, well, maybe you should just maybe not save face, but keep it from getting any worse, because at least according to the hacker group, the Impact team, they haven't released it yet. But then even if they close down the site, what's to say they're not going to be extorted for actual cash?
Yes, they're not going to shut the site down. They won't. They're making way too much money to shut the site down. I think they would rather just have fight the legal battles.
37 million deleted accounts as of tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, everybody's like, oh man, it's free. Delete your account now. So if you have an Ashley Madison account, you should probably go delete it right now because they won't charge you $19. So,
considering how many people are members of that place and how many people watch us combined, somebody's a member of that place.
I guarantee somebody watching
you right now are like deleting your stuff, aren't you?
Yeah, and if you sent pictures, you better hope that your face wasn't in there, because it's probably going to be on the internet like next week. Here's the statement that was released by the hacker group, the Impact team. They said, "Too bad for those men. They're cheating dirtbags and deserve no such discretion. Too bad for ALM. You promised security but didn't deliver. We've got a complete set of profiles in our data breach dumps, and we'll release them as soon as Ashley Madison stays online." It says, and with
release them soon. Soon.
Yeah, soon. It says, and with over 37 million members, most from the U.S. and Canada, so they are apparently international, a significant percentage of the population is about to have a very bad day, including many rich and powerful people, they hint at. Yep. So, and the thing is, on the site is,
so they're gonna probably make a website with a database with a quick lookup. So all these women are gonna be looking to see if their husbands' names are on there.
Yep.
Which is gonna kind of suck too, because if you have a very common name like Robert Smith,
there's probably like 5 of me on there.
Jerry Berg, yeah.
I'd be willing to bet at least 3 people probably created accounts with my names just for lulz.
Yeah, probably.
If they haven't, they're doing it right now.
Exactly.
No, I was telling Jay. I actually got an email one day from, was it Pornhub? Said, you have a Pornhub account now. Apparently I'm Barna Jerry on Pornhub. So if you want to come talk to me on Pornhub, Barna Jerry.
No, they did the same thing to me, but Pornhub actually responded to the tweet. Did you know that?
No, did they?
Yeah. Okay. So here's how it went down. I
gotta hear your story here.
Okay. So I was running around doing errands, and I get an email to my JayzTwoCents account that was from Pornhub, and I'm like, that's weird. So I click it, and it was like, click here to activate your account, and I'm like, I know what happened. Yeah. So I went on Twitter and I was like, haha, well played to whoever registered my email on Pornhub. Right? And LOL, and I laughed it off. So of course that invited everyone to start registering my email on every website they could think of. But anyway, somebody responded to my tweet and tagged Pornhub in it, was like, haha, Jerry or Jay, we all know that you already had a Pornhub account.
Yep.
Pornhub, without skipping a beat, and it wasn't a bot because they responded to me by slang name, not my handle.
Yeah.
It was like, LOL, whatever, Jay, you are our sixth most active member.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Yeah, and it was the official Pornhub account with 541,000 followers on Twitter.
Oh, dude, I feel like I didn't get the full experience.
Yeah, but they were like, haha, whatever, Jay, you are our 6th most active member.
Screw it, I'm gonna go click it and activate it and change my password and start using it because I want to one up you.
You want to one up me? Yeah, well, apparently now I'm a member of Pornhub and like all the gay sites and all of like the bestiality sites. The people went crazy, and so basically I looked at it this way: I'm just taking care of the spam as quickly as it comes in to unsubscribe from a lot of that shit, and nobody can go in and register my email now because everyone's kind of already done it for me. So
Yeah, no, I mean that's the one positive thing is you just go in and you just blacklist them all, and
Mhm.
then you're done. Like never has to happen again.
But it was one of those things where it was like well played, and then someone registered me on ManHub, right? And what's funny is the username, of course, was my
Here, hold on,
email.
I gotta pull that up just to confirm what it is. Hold on here, some manhub. Whoa, okay, no,
so
don't go to manhub.
so someone registered my email there, and it sent me the email of the username and password that they created, and the password
Yep,
was Barnacles.
that's priceless, dude. That is
Yeah,
priceless. Seems like a password you'd use though, if I'm honest.
I know, right?
You're like, man, I'm gonna go create an account on all these porn sites. I'm gonna use Barnacles as the name and the password. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be epic.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So, on the Ashley Madison thing, the last couple of points are they suspect it's an inside job. Now, again, they might just be like, "Holy shit, we need to make it look like that our shit isn't just accessible out on the internet." So but they haven't proved it yet. They're just saying that they suspect that it was an inside job, that somebody had access to their infrastructure to be able to do this. Which honestly I probably would say is bullshit. But then again, social engineering has been used before in these situations to gain
Cyber.
access to data.
This is a form of cyber terrorism, though, in an aspect that I mean, I'm not empathizing with Ashley Madison's website, but it is a form of cyber terrorism.
It is.
It's cyber extortion. It's what they are doing is almost as wrong as the thing that they think they're fighting against. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's the thing is it's a huge gray area because of course if you want to let morality play into it and everything, cheating is wrong in general.
Right.
I've been married for 11 years now, and I've never felt the need to actually go to Ashley Madison and create an account.
Right.
But obviously there's people out there that do it because there's 37 million of them. That's not a trivial amount of people. And without trying to get up on my soapbox and try to preach, these people were promised anonymity by using this site, and they no longer have that.
Right.
Somebody has that information. So just based on that alone, the fact that some team gained access to data that they should not have access to it, and they're threatening to release that, I mean, that sucks. I mean, they're basically saying that they're going to dox 37 million people.
Yeah.
And obviously a lot of these people made mistakes. I'll throw it out there, but again, 37 million people could be at risk from this. So that does make it an act of terrorism any way you look at it, whether we agree with what they're doing or not. That is a terrorist activity. But unfortunately, a lot of the things hackers do have a terrorist mentality, and that is trying to bend and control people, just like with the whole Sony Pictures thing. Remember when they didn't release the movie? What was that movie called? That was like in the media for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was the interview.
The interview, yeah. So the interview, that same thing, you basically have, claim that it was basically had a movie release in the United States basically halted from hackers
Right.
for a period of time, and that's just insane because you're basically allowing these little groups of people to rule out over democracy.
Mm-hmm.
Because they basically have the ability to make a bunch of people's lives a living nightmare, and they're claiming they think what they're doing is good because they're like, these are bad men, these are all bad men.
Right.
Well, it depends on who you talk to, right? I mean, it really does. How many of these people on the
Robin
site
Hood
are
was a
swingers,
bad guy
for
too.
instance? That's true. But I'm just trying to think outside of the box here. How many of these people that are on Ashley Madison are actually like swingers or something like that? Whereas it's open relationships and things like that. It's not my right to judge those people for what they're doing, but they still shouldn't have all their personal information leaked online.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, God, it's almost like I'm playing devil's advocate at this point.
You have to.
Yeah, it was anonymous. At least I thought it was. I mean, you don't know the personal situation. You don't. I mean, you just don't know. So to lump all 37 million people there into being, scumbags, I guess I don't know if that's entirely fair. But I still don't agree with the way that the Impact team went about it. Obviously.
Yeah, and also
it's one of those things. It's one of those things too. Like I didn't even know it existed until they brought awareness to this. Now, what am I supposed to do with that info? I'm like, oh, you mean there's people cheating out there? I never would have imagined.
Yeah. Now that's the one thing I don't. Now Ashley Madison as a company, I think that they're fucking horrible. Like all I see is commercials on TV
What does
now.
that sound?
Like they actually. I don't know.
Is that your phone?
No, is that coming from your side? It sounds like it's coming from your side.
No, it's on your side.
Oh, wait, hold on. No, it's coming from my side. I had my ear monitors. Can't get my monitor out. Here. Hello? Hello? You're on a live stream. What's up? Oh, is it? Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I'll be done in a little bit. All right, Levy.
Dinner ready?
That was the dinner bell.
My dinner's ready too.
Yeah.
It's almost time to wrap this up anyway.
So Madison is a piece of shit because they pretty much advertise on even TV. Like I see their TV ads that they run to try to get people.
Yeah, when you're watching your late
service.
night Showtime softcore porn.
Yeah, when I'm watching Skinamax or whatever. Like
I've never seen an ad or anything. I didn't know.
They run TV ads up here in Washington.
Oh, really? Because
that's how I found out about it.
To tell you how ignorant I was to this, the wife tells me Ashley Madison got hacked, and I went, "Who's that?" So I was like, "Who is that?" I thought it was like an actress or something.
Yeah, no. Here they actually run ads on the TV. Now they have to dial them back a little bit. I mean, you'd have to actually go to the site to like really figure out what's going on.
Right.
But they do actually have TV spots up here, and it's like
weird.
You know, they're basically casting the lure out there, and I mean, their site's motto is "Life is short, have an affair." I mean, they're basically trying to call people out that are in unhappy relationships.
You know, I think I might have seen a billboard once that said something like that.
No, this company makes a lot of money. They put a lot of money into advertisement.
It sounds like it.
And the thing is, I have no problem with a hacker group. Like, and by no problem, I mean within reason. People, I have no problem with a group basically trying to go against Ashley Madison. I have a problem with that group trying to go against 37 million people that were promised, you know, anonymity, basically.
Right.
That just it sucks. It's a really big gray area. It's hard. Me personally, their statement for saying that they're all bad people, 37 million. I can't say that. Like I don't think there's a group of 37 million people that are members of a site that are all horrible, bad, evil people that deserve to have like all their shit put online.
That's true.
That sucks. So, but guys, if you have that Ashley Madison account, you better go delete it. I already deleted Bend Over like before we even started the stream. just so if you find a Bend Over on there, that's not me. That's a different Bend Over. So.
Oh yeah, and I already changed the ManHub password. As much as I didn't want to have to log into that site, I actually logged into it.
That site is pretty damn disturbing. Most sites, like the first page is like, "Hey, are you 18 and want to proceed?" Nope. That site's just like, blam.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That takes in your face to a whole new level.
Yeah, so I'm kind of curious what you guys think. The Ashley Madison thing is definitely the biggest gray area topic of the evening. Like, because Jay and I both pretty much agreed that mounting guns to quadcopters probably isn't a good idea. Yeah. But it's also more about the person and how they're going to use it than the aircraft itself. But Ashley Madison, it's like, it's really weird because you basically have a hacker group not just threatening the company, but also threatening every single person that's a member of that company's service. And I've worked for the devil before. I worked for Microsoft for 15 years. So, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, do I consider myself a bad person because I worked for the devil? No, they paid my bills and they gave me insurance and they took care of me and my family. And
you're a horrible person, sir.
That was that. I mean, yeah, actually, I guess that does make me a horrible person. Never mind. I retract all that. I'm a horrible, horrible person for ever working for that company. I'm just kidding. I'm still just bitter, guys. I'm bitter. I'm running Microsoft Windows right now. I'm still not running Linux. I'm not going to give Logan from Tech Syndicate the satisfaction.
Yeah. Jeez. All right. Well, I'm starving now. I'm starting to fade away.
Yeah, I know, dude. I'm like, I'm hitting my diet hard again, and I'm like, I've had like a protein shake in a salad today, so my belly's like, oh, feed me, oh, get the food in the belly, oh.
What's funny? You want to hear a funny story?
I do.
I was like right on the edge of making it down into the next tier, like down into the 230s.
Yep.
And the scale was 240.0. I'm like, God, wait a minute, I have to go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom. I peed and pooped a half a pound. 239.5.
You literally cranked down into that. You did like professional boxers and wrestlers do to make weight. You literally went and just shat it out.
I know you always hear that joke about like, you ever poop take such a big poop your pants fit better. Yeah, I kind of did that.
That was a mega, a half pounder. That's pretty good. I'm pretty sure I've had like a 2-pounder before, but that was like screaming and clenching the seat and hoping I wasn't going to die.
That was probably a little TMI for most people.
Yeah.
For all of us,
so guys, I hope you enjoyed tonight's Tech Talk. A lot of really interesting topics. Please leave your comments down below. Also come over and hit us both up on Twitter. We're JayzTwoCents and Barnacles respectively over there. Yep. Let us know what you think about all the crap we said, good, bad, or otherwise. we're interested in hearing what you guys have to say about it. Especially, I mean, the Ashley Madison situation is actually kind of a weird gray area thing. We usually don't cover a topic like that.
And my thing regarding the guns and the drones and all that stuff, I'm sure if you're still watching and I pissed you off, let's agree to one thing. I will let you have your beliefs as long as you let me have mine. Can't offend me, though.
Feel free to still tell them about it on Twitter. Because
Can't offend me, though.
I lulls it.
If you offend me, then that's just wrong.
Don't offend Jay. If you live in the United States and you offend another person, you have to publicly apologize within 24 hours or you lose your career and your livelihood. That's
pretty much. Pretty much.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Want to roll that outro?
It's rolling.
And that's the outro for today's Tech Talk. Just remember, if you have an Ashley Madison account, you should probably delete it now so you don't have to pay $19. Take advantage of that.
Next, the Impact team is going to start flying around drones with guns and shooting you.
Yep, and they're going to cut the brakes on your car and you're probably going to die.
Yep. All right. Bye.